everybody, and I just wanted to take a happy Monday. First of all, it is Eclipse Day. I have been hearing so many things about this amazing, this thing that's very rare. I read some articles about it, and it's something that doesn't come along very often. So for those of you who are taking time out of your businesses to go out and watch the eclipse or share that experience with your kiddos, kudos to you. Today, we're going to talk a little bit about why some agents fail to build a team and others succeed. Why is that? I have people ask me that all the time. And one of the reasons that happens is, so there's three main reasons. First of all, let me back up. There's three main reasons that I believe that some succeed and some fail. The first one is going to be about mindset. The second is about culture, and the third is accountability. So let's dive into those a little bit, and let me help you understand, right? Mindset is, in my opinion, the single most important thing that as an entrepreneur you have to have. If your mindset is in the gutter, it's going to be very hard for you to navigate through a lot of the spaces and places, the challenges that come up. There are a lot of people out there that are going to tell you that it can't be done, that you can't do it, and you've got to have a great support system, but most importantly, you've got to have the mindset. And in order to do that, you've got to be putting new things in every single day, because your program is not designed to help you take risks. Your program is designed, the program that you got was about safety, right? It was about taking care of yourself. It was about making sure that you don't feel pain, or that you are not putting yourself in a place where you're feeling afraid, right? So that's why a lot of people can't be entrepreneurs, because it's scary as hell. There's so many things that you have to navigate that are unknown, that you don't have the answers to, and you just have to keep going and figure it out, right? So mindset has got to be really a big piece, the first most important piece. You've got to have the right mindset, so you got to put good things in there. I committed a long time ago to not listen to radio or music in my car on a consistent basis. Instead, I listen to audiobooks, I listen to podcasts, I listen to anything that's going to be CDs. I don't have a lot of CDs anymore, as most of us probably don't. Everything is available to us to be downloaded. But anything that you can put in there that's going to put you in a positive mindset. And it doesn't always have to be related to your business. It can be related to your health. It can be related to your relationships. It can be related to parenting. There's a lot of finances, right? So it doesn't always have to be about your business, but you've got to be putting new ideas in so that you can challenge the belief systems that you were given that might not serve you moving forward into this really challenging space, right? Okay, so that's mindset. Put new things in there. Always work on yourself, and get a coach, right? That's really important. You've got to have somebody else who loves and supports you, and yet is willing to kick your ass a little bit, and is not afraid or not emotionally attached to the outcome that you're going to get, so they're willing to push you a little bit, right? Okay. The next thing is culture. Agents don't necessarily understand the psychology behind creating a culture, right? Sometimes it happens organically for some people because they just invest in people easily, and it's not a hard thing for them. However, a lot of people don't even know. They don't even have any idea. They'll say to me, "I'm building a team, and I've hired these people, and it didn't work out. They lasted 6 months or a year, and then they left." And I said, "Well, what kind of culture do you have?" And they're like, "Well, what do you mean?" "Well, what kind of a culture do you have? Like, why do they want to come to work every day? Like, what are your values? What are their values? Well, I don't know. I don't have any idea. I didn't ask them those questions." Right. We've got to ask them those questions. We have to be hiring people for culture, and we have to know what that is first, right? You have to know what the values of your business are. You have to know what your personal values are before you can hire somebody else into that space and know that they're going to be in alignment. Because if they're not in alignment, it's going to be a very short period of time, and they're going to be off and running, right? This is not going to be a fit for me. I don't like it, that kind of thing. So we got to be really purposeful about knowing what kind of a culture we want to create, and how to ask those questions when we're bringing people in, and how to tell them what the culture is like so that they can really know what to expect. And finally, the last thing, and granted, there's a lot more things that go into team building than this, but these are the 3 overarching things that if you have these things in place, everything else will fall under these and we can work on it, right? If you don't have these things, I think it's going to be really hard. People are going to leave you, you're going to have turnover, and that's going to cost you thousands and thousands of dollars in time and money. So the third thing is accountability. You've got to be willing to be an accountable person. If you are making promises to people that you're not following through with, or they're not courageous enough to tell you the truth about the fact that you didn't follow through with the promise that you made to them, so it kind of goes back to that over-promise, under-deliver, right? If you're over-promising and under-delivering, your people are not going to stay with you. Clients are probably not going to stay with you, right? You're not going to get a lot of referrals. You're going to have to continue to go out there busting your ass over and over and over again to get new people. And that's exhausting. After a while, there's no system in place and you got to work twice as hard, right? So you've got to be willing to be an accountable person. You've got to back up and follow through what you say you're going to do. And the other piece of accountability is from a leadership standpoint. You have to be willing to hold people accountable, but not in an asshole way, right? People don't want to work for somebody who treats them like garbage. And a lot of people think that accountability is about this rude, raw, I kind of have to be a jerk to you in order to hold you accountable. And that couldn't be further from the truth. Accountability can be done in a really sweet way, right? But if you have people that are not learning based, that are not part of the culture that you want to create, where they're really wanting to grow and develop, it's going to be real hard to push them. So when you go to hold them accountable, they're not going to get it. They're going to have a really hard time with that. So there's a lot of things around accountability that will really help you level up at every stage of your growth in your company, both and personally also. So in order to build a team, and the reasons that people are successful building a team is it's about mindset, it's about culture, and it's about accountability. So if you have any questions about that, just put them in the chat box below, and I'd be happy to answer them. I hope you guys have an amazing week, and I'll talk to you soon. Happy Monday. Bye, guys.